So here we go. Brother Rice will get the ball to start the second half. They really need to score on this drive.
Well, they certainly have the potential and the threats back there to be able to do it.
Eduardo Favela will kick it off for Providence. Has the wind behind him, will try to get it into the end zone going in this direction, and he looks like he's got plenty of leg, and he does. Touchback. So Providence with a plus play to open up the second half just by getting the touchback and not letting Jones or Smalling return the football.
The adjustments that were made for Brother Rice at halftime had to be to get Marcus Jones the football a little more often, and they had to have some kind of a threat of a running game because Providence is just dropping off. The linebackers are sliding out. It's very, very difficult to throw the football if you have no threat of a running game. So I'm sure that even though the score is 28-7, they're not going to panic. They have to establish a running game here to allow the passing game to kick in.
Plenty of time. They need scores and they need stops. Alarcon will throw the screen. This is Smalling. It's blocked pretty well. He makes a move, gets a first down out to the 32-yard line before being brought down by Brendan O'Hara.
That particular play for all the schools has become just basically the old sweep. They get the ball out on the edge as fast as they can on these flanker screens, and they get them to some skilled players that can move the ball down the field.
They'll try it to the other side this time. They get it to Zach Hayes. He's trying to get to the outside, and he does. He'll have a first down. He's dragged out the 45-yard line, Jack. Now the way that play is designed, the quarterbacks work so hard to get the ball out quickly, they don't even find the laces on the football anymore. They just grab it and throw it.
And with that particular play, that center is a big factor because if he doesn't deliver that football perfectly, it's very difficult on the timing. If the quarterback has to bend down like on that particular play, that's a tough play to make for the quarterback.
Ground ball, but Alarcon got it out to Smalling, but this is going to be a hold in the outside. This play is coming back.
The timing of all those particular quick plays on the edges,
holding on the offense.
It's orchestrated by the center initially. The ball has got to be snapped where the quarterback can handle it and be able to look out at his receivers without looking and bending down for the football.
Now where this hurts is it is a spot foul. And so Brother Rice is going to be looking at about first down and 23 here. So they had 2 plays and 2 first downs. Their third play here in the second half, they get a penalty that's really going to put them in a hole. They'll go with a tight formation, oddly enough, here. They'll pitch it. This is Jones, near side of the field. Did a nice job of getting out to the 37-yard line before he was taken down on the player by Jake Rost.
Kind of interesting they went to the short side of the field with that, because with that formation, what they did is they brought in the secondary and the linebackers into a relatively condensed area and then trying to get Marcus Jones out on the edges. But Providence didn't fall for it.
Houston and Desmond are out left. Alarcon, pump fakes, wants to go down the sideline, has a man wide open, and it is caught. And that is Blaine taking it down to the 21-yard line before he's forced out by Mike Bidet. Big play for Brother Rice. They're trying to knock on the door, and if they can get into the end zone, they're back in it.
The play is set up by this fake right there. Boom. That brings up the cornerback who bid on that, thinking that was going to be another little screen pass out in the wide to the flanker screen. The cornerback came up to make a play. Long pass play downfield.
Alarcon working down the middle of the field, fits it into Smalling in the middle. He's trying to get to the corner, and Smalling is into the end zone. Touchdown, Brother Rice. The Crusaders are back in it.
Didn't take much time right there for Brother Rice to get back in the football game. Good adjustments at halftime, spread them out, had them bite after throwing consecutive flanker screens out on the edges were big gainers, first downs on every one of them, and then they went with that fake of the screen outside. The cornerback bit, flanker ran right by him, picked up a big gainer. Now they score right back in the ball game.
Pikowski to attempt the extra point. Low snap, high kick. It is good. Now it's up to the Brother Rice defense to pick up where the offense left off of doing what they needed to do to start the second half.
This is just an excellent job by Alicorn right here with his fake. This is actually what set the play up, but here's the touchdown pass right here. Just drills the ball in here, and then again, we talk about what do you do after you catch the football? And there's a good job right there by Smalling, and that's why he's only a sophomore, but he can make the big plays. Good job catching the football and then an open field running.
Second touchdown catch of the game for Smalling. His 8th of the season.
It's nice to have threats like that know that once they catch the football that they can make a big play after it. They say have that same situation with Marcus Jones coming out of the backfield.
Richie Warfield deep to receive along with Mark Beller. And Bukowski will have to kick it into the wind here. Good steady breeze tonight has been blowing all night long out of the west. And this is one of the rare football fields that goes east-west and not north-south.
There was a time when they used to have a major threat as a deep receiver. What they would do so the team couldn't decide which way they wanted to kick it, they would stack them behind each other, and then just at the last moment, just as the kicker was running up on the ball, then they would go to either side of the field. That way the kicker couldn't decide which way he wanted to kick it at the last second.
Off the top of my head, a couple of other high schools with fields that go east-west, Oak Park River Forest and Lamont. You don't see it that often. Bukowski drives it low and into the wind, and it's going to go out of bounds for the second time tonight on a kickoff.
The difference in those two fields, though, Jim, that field at Oak Park River Forest was built in 1920, and there was some residential areas, and that's why it was built like this. Now out here, this field was built in the early 60s, so there was really no reason because they were really out in the boonies here.
But they're kind of closed in by Route 30 and by the railroad tracks in Lamont. The reason there goes east and west is because they're closed off by the river.
TDT, ball will be taken at 35, first down.
Yeah, the reason why you want them to go north-south is because if you go east-west, if you play late in the afternoon, you're looking into the sun, right back into the sun to try and play. Read option, Warfield gets the ball, doesn't get very far. Taken down immediately as he crossed the 35-yard line, second down and 10.
Interesting there, they didn't have Hunniford at quarterback there. We had Miles Boykin at quarterback.
They will give you a little different look. It's a direct snap to Boykin. And
it's just going to run the option off of that.
And Hunniford was in the game. He was lined up out to the right, so I guess you can call that a wildcat. But now we go back to normal. Second down and 9 officially. Hunniford stands and delivers. He has Boykin open. He had the ball tipped, couldn't come down with it. Marcus Jones on the coverage.
He really does drill the football. You can see it's on a rope right here. Pretty good job by the defensive back getting up there and making at least a visual distraction for Boykin. It wasn't so much that he tipped the football, but by having his hands up like that, somewhat distracted the vision of Boykin and ended up in him bobbling the football.
Big opportunity now for the Brother Rice defense. They can get off the field and get the ball back for their offense if they can stop Providence on 3rd and 9. Beller in motion, 3 receivers to the right. Vovoda is by himself out to the left. Hunniford will give it to Warfield. He'll get a yard and that'll be it. Providence will have to punt it away. Brother Rice has had a perfect start to the second half. They get the ball, their offense goes down the field and scores. Their defense gets a 3 and out.
And again, they're going to end up with good field position here. And of course, they have a threat back there receiving the football in Marcus Jones.
Pitch will punt with the wind.
Again, always critical to handle football on turf, especially when you have a threat like Marcus Jones.
One hop snap. Pitch with a high kick, but not very deep. The Crusaders will let it hit, and then it takes a big Providence bounce. So it was a short kick as far as flight was concerned. On the ground, it rolls dead at the Brother Rice 21-yard line. Providence gets a break there.
Well, that's the whole idea about catching the football on turf. You never know where it's going to bounce.
But the thing is, Jack, that short of a kick, man, it's in all that traffic, it's a tough catch.
Usually there's a word that's yelled out. Sometimes it's called fire, fire, fire. You're allowing all of your your players to get out of the way, knowing you're not going to handle the football. There's always a code word to scream out, so they get out of the way and they run to the nearest sideline.
Alarcon fakes the handoff, throws. Crusaders are going to get about 3 yards out of that one on a reception by Zach Hayes. 2nd down and 8.
I think what they're trying to do is they want to get out on the edges and hope that there's some poor tackling done for big plays. When you're inside, Providence has some excellent linebackers. You can see Marcus Jones go in formation and slides all the linebackers over.
Rice clears out the backfield. Alarcon looks, pulls it down. He'll run. He'll take it to the 26-yard line before he's brought down after a short gain. Vasquez was there to make the tackle. It's going to be 3rd down and about 5.
And Boykin's coming in here now as a defensive back at the bottom of your screen.
And he'll be lined up opposite Smalling. Alarcon looks the other way, fires, and he'll have a 1st down. Completion to Julian Blaine out to the 32-yard line.
Good job right here of Providence, or excuse me, Brother Rice taking advantage of the corners playing a little softer, getting the ball out on the edge.
By the way, as proof, we're right next to the railroad tracks. You can hear the train whistle going. It's actually I-80 on one side, the train tracks on the other. It'll be a run on 1st down, nice pickup of about 7 yards out to the 39-yard line. And Marcus Jones getting a nice carry, and Brother Rice now starting to get a little momentum on offense and starting to get a little consistency going.
Just that one run right there just makes the linebackers hesitate just a little bit before they go out in coverage.
Boykin stays in on defense, but so far, every time Brother Rice going to the opposite side of the field, that time Alarcon on the money for Zach Hayes, 1st down, Brother Rice at their own 45-yard line.
Sometimes I think if you change jerseys, you might not know the difference in mechanics between Alarcon and Hunterfield.
Screen pass. Smalling jumps inside, breaks 1 tackle, can't break a 2nd, but it is a gain of 9 yards into Providence territory to the 46-yard line. 2nd down and 1 coming up.
He really does a nice job of getting rid of the football very quickly. You need to do that just by that little fake right there that held that inside linebacker so he couldn't get out to help.
Now, I'll tell you something interesting that Brother Rice is doing here as Alarcon gets the 1st down. They are getting to the line of scrimmage so quickly that Providence could not get Boykin off the field. They finally do now. Boykin was out there with his palms facing upward as if I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to be lining up. But Brother Rice never went to that side of the field. And really what they did by going quick, they couldn't get Boykin off. And now Providence does. 1st down and 10 from the Providence 41. Smalling could not get away from the initial hit by Jack Pell, but it's still a pickup of about 4 yards. 2nd down and 6.
Now, leading up to this on their first score, this pump fake, after they keep throwing these outside flanker screens, they pump fake out there, and then he runs right past the defender and is wide open. Let's see if they end up coming up with that.
Alarcon had a hard time handling the snap, finds the ear zone, and
got a flag.
A little early on the hit. It's going to be pass interference. Desmond, the intended target, Zach Pitch, is going to get called.
He really puts this ball on a rope here, and just a good job here by Pitch getting over, but you can see he comes over the top right at the last second. Let's see the timing. Good call by the officials. Hits him right in the helmet. Excellent call by the officials.
Pass interference. That's the defense, number 99, 1st down.
You'd almost think that the pros go to the spot of the foul. Why high school football doesn't do that? You'd think it would certainly be a better situation.
Well, one of the things I don't like about that, the way the pros do it, Jack, is the quarterbacks just throw it up for grabs and hope for a call, which I don't necessarily like. 1st down and 10. Into the end zone, Jones open, touchdown, Brother Rice. They are an extra point away from being down by just 7.
And what a great job right there by Alarcon, sitting in the pocket with pressure coming off the edge. He just stepped up and delivered the ball to Marcus Jones. Just a real good job right there fundamentally of Alex Alarcon. And he has been just really the entire offense for Brother Rice tonight.
28-21. Vince Scully would tell you deuces are wild. The first touchdown pass of this half for Brother Rice, 22 yards to Smalling. That last touchdown pass, 22 yards to Jones. There was a flag down on the extra point, which leads you to believe it's going to be against Providence.
What a good throw right here. Of course, Marcus Jones just goes right up the field right here. Linebacker can't stay with him. There's no way that a linebacker can run with him, and that safety was pulled out by the formation. And that's what they like to do. They like to get Marcus Jones on linebackers because he can certainly outrun him.
Our drive of the game, we're going to go back to the second quarter, and our drive of the game, by the way, is brought to you by our friends at Kingdom Chevrolet. Drive of the game finishes off with a 41-yard touchdown pass to Miles Boykin, just pulling away from Marcus Jones, which is no small feat in itself. But the Celtics drove it down, and that gave them a 28-7 halftime lead that has now been cut to 28-21 by two Brother Rice touchdowns here in the third quarter. That is our drive of the game, and it is brought to you by Kingdom Chevrolet. Now, there was a personal foul penalty on the extra point, and that is huge because the kickoff will come from the Providence 45, and I would suspect that Bukowski is just going to light this thing up and put it through the end zone and make sure there's no Providence return. And since he's into the wind, Providence would have gotten a chance at either a return or decent field position, so that was a very costly penalty.
Well, you don't want to be Providence and shoot yourself in the foot here. Now, they had a substantial lead at halftime, and maybe all of the pomp and circumstance of homecoming and all the different things that went on at halftime kind of, they lost their concentration a little bit. They better regain it because Brother Rice certainly has it.
Providence had given up no points in the third quarter all year long. They've given up 14, and we still have 6 minutes to go. Providence went 3 and out on their only possession of this third quarter. Hunnifer in trouble, looking for something and finding nothing. He got back to the original line of scrimmage. He was brought down by Manny Bravo, among others.
Good job right there by the front of Brother Rice, containing him and not allowing him to get outside. That's when things break down. When he's able to scramble and get out on the edges, the pass routes break down, and it's so much more difficult for the defenders to stay with their receivers. But there was excellent lane discipline by the rush to keep him inside.
Beller goes in motion. Second down and 20, or excuse me, second down and 10 from the 20. They'll keep it on the ground. Warfield trying to get to the outside. He'll get about 4 yards before he has his legs cut out from underneath him, and then he falls out of bounds. It's Bernier that came over and made the stop.
He just bounced that outside because there was no running room inside the tackle right there. And he bounced out and made a play on his own. So now we're looking at 3rd and 5 for Providence. Big stop here for Brother Rice.
They can get the ball back for their offense and a chance to tie it up. Warfield comes out of the backfield, over the middle, in and out of the hands of Boykin. A second consecutive 3 and out for the Providence offense. And Brother Rice, down by 21 points at the half, will get the ball back and a chance for a tying score.
That was a good job by Kevin Furlong right there, getting his hands up. And again, kind of a visual deflection for Boykin on that pass, which was right over the middle. But right now, again, we're looking at some good field position for Brother Rice. And of course, when you're kicking it to Marcus Jones, who knows? It could be more than just good field position.
Pitch with the wind. Pretty good kick. Jones backtracks, loses the handle, finds it at the 22. Now he's trying to freelance and make something up. He's over to the sideline. He's forced out of bounds at the 37-yard line. He was forced out after a nice return by David Charnot.
He got a nice bounce coming back into him there to make a play. And a good job of recovery right there by Marcus Jones. Again, gives good field position for Brother Rice here.
Inches to go is brought to you by our friends at the Universal Circus. Well, there are a lot of inches to go on this one. In fact, 94 times 36 of them. Jack will figure that out real quick.
I'll be with you in about an hour.
But it's Warfield bringing it all the way back on the opening kickoff. got Providence off to a great start. They have led from that point forward. But Brother Rice can tie it up if they can drive it down the field. Inches to Go is brought to you by Universal Circus.
You know, when we were walking over here to the game, Jim, we were talking about Brother Rice, and you made a comment about they believe. And that's really coming to fruition right now, because after that big opening kickoff for a touchdown, you'd think they go flat. And of course, then at the halftime, looking at a 28-7 deficit, and all of a sudden now they're right back in the ball game. And they do believe.
Clifton Taylor, a 2-yard run. 2nd down and 8. 4 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Brother Rice has been an improbable season. Right now they're working on an improbable comeback. Alarcon back to throw, has a man, has a completion out to the 45-yard line. 3rd down and 3 coming up after the pitch and catch to Brandon Houston.
That was a nice timing route right there. And Alarcon puts the ball right on the money. He was a slot man, just went down 7 and took it outside. The ball was in the air before he made his cut. Very impressed with the strong arm that Alex Alarcon has. And we were last year when we saw him. We thought he was a good football player with a lot of potential, had a good strong arm, was a good athlete back there.
3rd and 3, Alarcon will pitch it. Jones has it. Does not look like he got there. He appears to be about 1.5 feet short.
This could be an interesting call here.
He's closer than that. He's about 1 foot short. Needed to get to the 48-yard line.
They're going right away.
And they line up at least to go for it. But remember, they work out of the shotgun. So as Jack would tell you, it's 4th and 5. Alarcon makes it. Gets the ball to midfield.
And that was an excellent play on his part, because as you saw, that snap was down at his feet.
Rain's starting to come down here in New Lenox.
Have we had a Friday this year where we've had decent weather on a Friday night?
There haven't been many, if there have been any at all. 1st down and 10 from midfield. Alarcon has plenty of time. Looks around, decides to dump it off for Jones. He has a 1st down and more down to the 33-yard line before he is brought down by Michael Madej.
Nice job by Marcus Jones. What he's doing is he is just delaying, letting all the wide receivers get downfield, clear out the defenders as well as the linebackers, and then he just trots down the field, and Alarcon delivers the football for a big gainer.
Stack of 3 receivers to the right for Brother Rice.
Rain coming down a little harder right now.
Kind of a heavy mist right now as the rain is kind of blowing sideways instead of falling straight down. Alarcon gets hit as he throws, was trying to get it to Smalling. Pressure was coming right up the middle by Jake Ross.
Well, right now, Brother Rice's offensive line is doing a nice job. Not a great job. The reason that they're doing a nice job is because he's at least getting the ball off. And sometimes when you're running out of this formation, all they got to do is just hold that off defensive line just for a half a step or a count so he can deliver the football, and that's what he's been doing on this drive.
2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Quarterback draw, and great job by the Providence defense. They did not let Alarcon get away, and again, it is Ross making the tackle. In fact, that was a loss of about 2 feet in the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 11.
I think he rushed that a little too quickly and didn't allow those defensive linemen to get further up the field to have a running lane. So he didn't do a good job mechanically of running that draw.
Here comes the blitz. Alarcon had the screen called. Jones has it. Here comes the Providence defense, and Ross ran that play down from behind. Just a gain of 5. 4th down and 6 coming up. Jake Ross, what a series he's had here.
Just a good job here. Just a good play call. You can see how they dump it out here, but what an excellent job by the linebackers getting over there. And the corners turning him into the help that's coming from the inside out. It's so important you have a great running back with great speed, not to allow him on the edge, but to force him inside to your help, which is coming from the linebackers and the safety.
Into the wind, you can't go for the field goal. You don't want to punt, because if you put it in the end zone, you only pick up 11 yards of field position. You might as well go for it. Brother Rice says, we will go for it, but they have to call a timeout.
Just a well-played Catholic League blue football game right here. This is what it's all about in the Catholic League. 106 years of football here in the Catholic League. And it's gotten to be a little more sophisticated over the last several years by, the teams with the hurry-up offenses and playing out of the spread formation, but the line play is always still the same. Very physical up front on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively.
The situation for Brother Rice as they look ahead to the playoffs is they are, as we talked about, firmly in the middle of 8A. They are among the leaders in the state in playoff points. They already have 45. It looks like the line in 8A is going to get drawn, kind of putting the north and northwest suburban teams into a group. So Brother Rice would probably be in the south group, and they'd probably be seated right about in the middle as it stands now.
Big play for Brother Rice.
4th down and 6. Down the sideline, wide open is Smalling. Touchdown, Brother Rice. Smalling's 3rd touchdown of the game. Brother Rice with an extra point can tie it at 28.
What's interesting about that is there was really no play action to hold up that corner, but Smalling just ran right by him, so I don't know that he just hesitated or was in his back pedal and didn't get out of it quick enough, but Smalling just ran right by him, never gave him a move. Good throw, good catch. Brother Rice believes.
4th touchdown pass of the game for Alarcon. And for the first time since the opening kickoff of the game, we are tied, and Providence is not in front. 28-28.
And the other part of that, Jim, is this is a good look right here at the throw. Good execution. What he does is he looks away a little bit and then comes back here. He looked left and he looked down the middle, and I think maybe the corner might have been looking in at the quarterback and not playing his back. You can see where he looks here, pulls the safety away. He's by him by about 8 yards. Good job right there. Now already Brother Rice has gone past the scoring that Providence has given up all year. They only give up on an average in their first 7 games 13 points a game, and here we're looking at Brother Rice sitting here with 28 already.
Highest point total that Providence had given up until that extra point. They gave up 27 in a victory over St. Rita 3 weeks ago. 41-27, they won that game.
And the other part of that, Jim, which is interesting, is Brother Rice in their 7 games has averaged 28 points a game. And here they sit. So they got a quarter left to get past that. Now Providence averages 35. So we'll see. Interesting 4th quarter here.
Brother Rice is the only team that is undefeated in the Catholic League Blues. So if they win this game tonight, and if they can come out next week and beat St. Rita, they are the outright Catholic League Blue Championships, and I would have to tell you it would be one of the most unexpected Catholic Blue champions in a long, long time.
Well, interesting point here. In the 4th quarter, Providence scores usually 37 points, but have given up 57 in the 4th quarter. So the 4th quarter is not one of Providence's better football quarters. So who knows? Maybe Brother Rice has been reading the statistics and says, if we can get to the 4th quarter in the ball game, maybe we can take care of it.
Mike Markosovic returns the football out to the 28-yard line, and that's where Providence will set up. Providence with 55 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter, and Providence in those 55 seconds will then flip around and go into the wind in the 4th quarter. Warfield is the deep, and I mean deep I-back. He'll get the call and could not get around that tough defense for Brother Rice that is now gaining some confidence. Jimmy Apoka, who makes the tackle on the play, makes it 2nd down and 9.
Now in the 7 games that Providence has played so far, Jim, in the 3rd quarter of every one of those 7 games, they have pitched shutouts. Nobody has scored in the 3rd quarter against Providence in their first 7 games. Brother Rice just broke that streak.
Right, 28 points worth of breaking the streak. Hunterford back to throw. He had Boykin on a check down. He got away from the sack, throws down the sideline, and that is, well, they're not signaling incomplete, so I'm going to assume that's complete.
Oh, I thought he was out of bounds.
Yes, completion.
Wow, what a catch that was.
And Beller made the catch, and he's injured on the play.
I thought we saw no indication because he was out of bounds. But
well, they were, you know what? They waved their arms to stop the clock as the rain comes back again. Beller not getting up. We do not have the foot. No, it's an incompletion. They're bringing it back to the original line of scrimmage.
Nice job there, though, by Beller. What happens when the quarterback scrambles, you break off the routes, and you go into what we call scramble mode. So the receivers, when the quarterback is racing to his right, for example, if you were deep on a deep route, you would come back towards him. If you were short, you'd go deep. If you were on the other side of the field, you come back across the field, so give him targets. And it's very, very difficult for the defensive backs to be able to play in that kind of a situation because they don't know where the receivers are.
It is raining the hardest it is raining tonight. It's still kind of a mist. You can tell because you can see if the rain is not falling straight down. It's kind of drifting, but trust me, it's soggy.
Did I put my top up?
That's a good question.
Oh, my.
Beller will be escorted off the field. And Providence, maybe a couple of plays left here in the third, but in any event, it's 3rd down and 9.
Well, Brother Rice has certainly been outstanding tonight. Providence just hasn't given them these 28 points. They've earned every bit of it. And ironically, they had a couple of other scoring opportunities that they didn't get. They had that field goal that they didn't make. So, Brother Rice has done a good job here staying in the ball game.
Brother Rice not officially in the playoffs. They have 5 wins, but when you've got 45 playoff points already, you're going to be fine. 36 is usually about the number you need.
There goes your Frito wrapper
Yep,
again.
another Frito wrapper. 3rd down and 9. Hunniford looks left. He rolls, and what a catch! Miles Marcusonic, he dropped an easy one earlier, and he makes an unbelievably difficult catch to get Providence a 1st down at their own 43-yard line.
Looked like the defender went for the tackle rather than for the ball deflection. Gave up a big 1st down here in Providence's drive.
3 receivers right, Boykin to the left. Warfield gets the call, has some blocking. Now doing a nice job of moving around the tacklers. He'll gain 9. And when we come back for the 4th quarter, Providence will have it. 1 yard to go for yet another 1st down. Game tied at 28. You're watching the Catholic League Blue Game.